All right, so this is our third segment in the like talking to a professional, folks in the know. We were able to talk with Brittany Brooks. Check that interview out; it's great. And then Rory Dodd, the one and the only. And today we're lucky enough to have Tony Duclos with us, good friend of mine who's involved in Norfolk County in the music, and not only plays it, he produces it. He helps young folks get going. He's a builder of community around music, and he does so many things. And we're delighted to have you here, Tony. Excellent, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Tony, what we're doing on the funniest hockey song is we're challenging our viewers to write a funny hockey song. And so I know you play in a whack of bands, the Old Barn Door specifically. I know you're one of the writers on that band, both with music and changing the words around and getting it going. How do you guys, how do you process writing a song? Like, are there steps involved for you, or what do you do?
Yeah, for me, it's just for a moment or something. Sometimes it's like, it doesn't happen all the time. I might wait a year just to write one song. But for some of the other guys I hang with and play with, like Scott Ashley and Marco Wright and Ryan Morrison, and these guys, they write all the time. And I think they write a lot of songs. And if you get an idea, we say write it down.
Yeah.
And even if it's one line. And and find a topic, but let your topic expand and evolve. Let your story tell a story.
Tell a story.
Tell a story, and it doesn't always have to rhyme. It doesn't always have to be a rhyme, or it can be a rhyme. They're all good.
Yeah.
And so with us, we often will text each other lines, and with the Old Barn Doors, we were texting each other lines for a song, and a few of our songs were written by all three of us.
Wow.
But a lot of our songs come from Scott Ashley, who's a natural poet and writes all the time.
Great songwriter.
He's
a
real
wordsmith.
A wordsmith, right? Yeah. And Marco's a great musician and songwriter, producer. And so, between the three of us and our little skills, we were able to put together a bunch of good songs.
Yeah, right.
It takes a lot of time. That was 5 years in the making. So,
right on. Well, I know as a harmonica player, as a drummer, and a guitar player, you play in a number of bands, and you play a lot of cover tunes, and so you've got the experience of knowing sort of what makes a good song. Like in the songs that you go, wow, that is a killer song. What does that look like?
I don't know. I guess for me, for me the music is strong. For me, the beat, the bottom end, the bass and the kick.
Yeah.
The groove is really important to me. And then the punchline, the lyric, the click, or whatever you call it, right? And there needs to be a line that you come back to, and maybe it's your chorus or a title thought that is the feature of the song.
That's neat. That's really similar. When Rory Dodd was on, he was talking to us about. He said, "Well, look at the Meatloaf album, for example." He said they were all cliches. The title. Yeah. All dressed up, no place to go. Like all,
I think that's a great way.
Cliches
are awesome.
The same thing you're sort of talking about. Get one phrase that's charged with meaning.
Especially if you're going to write a hockey song, there's a lot of good cliches. Backyard rink. I wrote a song about backyard rinks. So
a clue for you right
there's
there,
some
folks.
Examples. You use hockey things, hockey sticks, Louisville hockey stick. Tight, whatever. The old Butch Goring helmet. There's a lot of good stuff about hockey. Right?
There you go.
Tiger Williams. Tiger Williams that used to ride the stick. So you take a line like that or some history of hockey, and you can make some funny stuff.
Yeah, right on. There you go. Great advice. Well, thanks so much, Tony.
Yeah, cheers.
Awesome. Hey there, I hope you caught the interview with Tony around how to write a song. Really helpful stuff. It was great. Well, Tony is so much more than a musician and a producer of music. He also spends a great deal of time putting together and keeping the folks involved in the Birdtown Jamboree, which is an organization that makes sure that kids have instruments in their hands that need them, and they have access to, professionals to do lessons sometimes, similar to the sticks and picks thing, but there's a difference. Tony gets the instruments into the schools, ukulele programs, and it's not just Tony, it's a whole group of folks that he works with. So I didn't want to steal your thunder, but tell us a little bit about how the Jamboree originated.
It originated 18, 19 years ago with Arden Coptic, my neighbor, and I. She came over to my place, and she had started a farmer's market, one of the first farmer's markets in the area when that stuff all started back in the day. And she had a corn maze, so it was kind of an attraction thing on the weekend. So she wanted to do an event, and she came to us to see if we could come up with an event. And the Birdtown Jamboree was the event we came up with. Cornstalk was a
Fantastic.
nickname that it developed a couple years later. Art
Yeah.
and I think a couple other of the musicians who had stayed around the campfire came up with Cornstalk being in a corn maze. So it's sort of a nickname, and it stayed with us for a while. We were at the Coptics farm. They've since closed the market, and so we had to find a new location, and our new location is now Homegrown Hideaway on St. John's Road and Blue Line Road.
And that's a
Down Port
fabulous, both venues fabulous. This
Yeah.
new one is really exciting and just opens up a few more possibilities in a way.
Sure does, yeah.
But the other was great for the kids, but so is this one. And the spirit out there is just so relaxed, lots of space. And I was really pleased to be involved in it the last couple of years.
Yeah,
Really,
so,
really
yeah.
awesome. And the great work you do. And all the musicians that play there volunteer their time. The whole organization is not for profit, and it's just... it's amazing, and I think one of the neat things you do is how you've mentored so many of the younger ones who were just kids walking around out, running
that's
around
right.
out
We got a
there,
few of those.
chasing their Tonka tractor.
Yeah, they're now taking over the show.
Yeah, yeah, well, we got to be careful of that.
Yeah,
Let's
I know.
be
Well,
honest
they're-
about that, Tony. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really great. And if people are interested in, volunteering, or do you have a Facebook site that they can find out
you
about
can find
it?
us on Birdtown Jamboree Facebook, and you can find myself. You can get a hold of me, message me at any time for any kind of information like that. I'm always available. So
Excellent. So there you have it. Well, thanks so much, Tony. Great to see you, buddy.
yeah, cheers.
Cheers,
brother.
man. Take care.